I want to start this by speaking of authority. Now you come back here. Okay. Each time you're going to feel a reaction when I speak, take a breath. Feel your emotion. And do what you know is emotional integration as I taught it. And if you don't know it, do your best. Pay attention to your emotion and say, oh, that's an emotion, that's a judgment. So if I'm going to say something that triggers something in you, don't try to resolve it, don't try to change it, don't try to manipulate it, just so, oh, I have a response. Okay? Learn to not implicate yourself in it. Okay? Because while you stay implicated in your emotional responses, you dramatize. Don't we? Occasionally. Your relationship to authority. I like to take a little metaphor. In fact, an anecdote that I was driving, going to some place to teach, and I was with Tara. Tara is one of my students. He's probably one of the most advanced students. And he wasn't enlightened yet, but he was getting the hang of what it could be. And he said, how do you see the cops so far away? Because I see you slow down just before a cop goes by. Well, I look, I observe. And said, well, let me be more precise. How can you see a cop 3 miles away behind a mountain and know it's going to be there? He was asking the ESP type question. So I said, just lower it a bit. Just the gain of the receiver, yeah. We have to deal with the crushes. So I said to Tara, okay, well, first of all, I have to ask you, what is your experience of seeing the cops on the road looking at you with the radar and stuff? And so I'd rather not see them. And say, voila, this is why you don't see them. Okay? Your first response is, I would prefer not seeing them. I don't want to face that. I don't want to be aware of this because it's a potential. I see it as a potential threat. I don't like it. Okay? So that's the first thing. It's gonna seem like an ESP type approach of how can you see cops 3 miles away. But in fact, I'm talking of what is your reaction towards what seems to be authority. Okay? When you see a cop on the street, do you think about the power it has over you or the security it brings you? Because I know that without cops, without the military, the firefighters, and the ambulance people, I would be exposed to an enormous amount of threats. And these guys, they face bullets and wounds and battles and arguments, and sometimes they go to war, sometimes they face people dying. They go into fires to save our children. They face danger so that I can sleep at night completely ignoring that there's a potential threat somewhere. Completely safe. I don't even care. And I can even wake up and bitch about how bad I slept while nothing was threatening me at all. And I was completely safe in my bed, you know? And I can keep being negative about this and that, but there's one thing for sure. Cops, militaries, policemen, the people that face danger so we don't have to do that, these are blessings. Okay? So, if you look at everyone who has a power in society and you fear that, you're misunderstanding their role. And the reason is you're referring to how you were having a relationship of subordination and authority with your parents. When your parents were punishing you, all you felt first was the suffering that came out of the punishment. And you were not aware of the, I love you, I want you to stop being hurt. I don't want you to suffer more, so I'm going to impose a small suffering here and punish you so that you won't die if you keep crossing the street without looking, you know? The part of the parent that is not agile, because we don't know how to be a parent, and we certainly don't know how to be children, and we don't know how to be in relationship, parents to children. So towards authority, we have this reaction that the evil, the suffering that came from our relationship with our parents who were the authority when we were young is a cause of suffering, and it's not an experience of love. Okay, that's a misunderstanding. So then you can see cops and think, oh shit, he's gonna give me a ticket and piss me out. No, he's caring for your life as much as everyone else, and his role is to bring safety. Okay, so feel, breathe. What is your reaction to this little speech? Every time I see a cop, firefighter, ambulance, or military, I bless them. I say thank you. Inside me, cop on the street, thank you. Sometimes Simon saw me, cop or military go by, and I just go like this, very sweet. Not to go, in the name of the... Okay, I just don't go the entire cross because I'm driving. I have to stay alive. But I just go, God bless you. Okay, thank you. And first thing is what feeling I associate to these type of people. Gratitude. Okay, resolve everything about authority and the fear of suffering. If the cop arrests me, it's because he's going to instruct me in being more compassionate towards other fellows in society. Drive safely. Change your life. You know? Repair your exhaust. Whatever. So the first thing is, what is your experience towards these kind of people? Second of all, expand your consciousness. So, I did some expansion a while ago. And when I get this feeling of gratitude of someone caring for me, it's, oh, a cop, I'm going to lower the pedals so I have compassion for him and his system and can take care of people. And I never go that fast. I don't like go 160 miles. That's stupid. Okay? It's just sometimes, well, everyone's going fast, but don't get caught. You know, I understand the game also. But there's not once a feeling. There were at times. Oh shit, is he gonna hit me or what? Am I gonna get a ticket? I'm just looking at this as, oh, okay, these are tools. These are my new parents. Okay, they're taking care of me. They want me to be safe. We eat every day. We have clothing. We have shelter. We have no problem. In a social and political regime where people's life and physical integrity are threatened, like tyrants and totalitarian regimes and stuff like that, the people need to find a way, when possible, to overcome that, to install a more civilized or democratic or communist or socialist. And yeah, the people are in a democracy, they bitch the socialists and the communists. I mean, as long as people eat, have clothing, shelter, and they're safe, it's a good regime.